Hey, what's going on everyone? It's IT here bringing you guys a Warzone episode. In today's video, you guys, we're going to be checking out what I believe to be some of the best loadouts. We're going to be checking out two loadouts mainly that work out for beginners, right? As you guys know, I don't play this game much. Actually, I don't think I have done a video on this game since it came out, really, right? I'm pretty sure I put out like one video a few months back. But I'm deciding to get back into this game and give it a second try, give it a second go. And I've come around a lot of videos on the internet and I couldn't find one for like just honestly a best loadout for beginners without attachments, just a plain loadout, something that works, that's user friendly and just easy to get into the game with, right? So if you guys are here for that reason, do me a small favor, you guys, go ahead, give this video a big like, leave a comment down below of any suggestions for future Warzone videos as well, and don't forget to subscribe. You know, we out here growing. I'm at 2K subscribers. Let's get to 3K very soon, you guys. And without further ado, let's dive straight into this video. Alrighty, you guys, so we're gonna be checking out the main loadout, which will be basically the M4A1 alongside the sniper, right? This loadout is very good, it's very decent. Also it's very consistent as well, right? So when you're getting back into Warzone, or honestly you're checking it out for the first time like me, you're gonna be new to the game, right? So you're not gonna be a very aggressive player. You're gonna want to be basically laid back, kind of doing a little bit of camping here and there until you guys learn the map, which I did a lot, to be honest. So the sniper is gonna be sort of your go-to right here, right? Now when it comes to the sniper, so I'm going to start off with the sniper, right? And you have a few options here, right? But the main options you want to focus on are the HDR and the AX50, right? The reason you want to focus on these two snipers rifles right here is because one, they do the most damage and they're the most consistent, right? Personally, as you guys can tell in this loadout, I use the AX50, but honestly it's up to you guys, does not really matter. But I definitely do not recommend you guys use the Dragunov or the Raytech. I highly recommend you guys use these two right here. There's a lot of videos on the internet, on YouTube as well, as to why these two are probably just preferable for a lot of players. But essentially, once again, they have low recoil, they do a lot of damage, they're consistent, they're just user friendly, they're easy to use. They're just good in general, right? I think snipers are pretty basic, not much there to see. Let's move on to the M4A1, right? Now the M4A1 is honestly a very good weapon, and not only is it consistent, it's also very stable, right? Now I know you can add attachments to it, try to make it better, improve it, just improve the stability of the weapon. But in general, just by default, the M4A1 is really good. Like I said, I didn't play this game much, believe me, I did not. I don't even know how I'm level 57 or rank 57, and I don't know how this weapon is level 34, but we're just gonna move on with this video. And essentially when it comes to the attachments, like I said, I'm not gonna focus too much on the attachments in this video. But basically, you guys, for the attachments, you want a suppressor, of course. Barrel can be commando. I don't even have a laser yet, right? Let's just go ahead and try to put on a laser. This one works as well, doesn't really matter, right? So let's go ahead and swap it on for this one right here. So you guys can tell, right? You can just play with the attachments here. Once again, I haven't really dug too much into the attachments. Kind of anything works. It's not too crazy, right? But because this is gonna be a beginner's loadout guide, I'm gonna keep it basically attachment free. We're gonna focus on just the loadout of the weapon. Alright, so moving on to basically the perks, the lethals, and the tacticals for the first loadout, which would be the M4A1 and the sniper rifle. Once again, AX50 or HDR, whichever you guys fancy. We have the EOD, overkill, and tune-up, right? I'm gonna go through each one just so you guys can get an understanding of what it is and what it is for, basically. EOD allows you to take reduced damage from non-explosive kill streaks. Honestly, it just says it in the description, just makes sense. You would definitely want that. A lot of people use explosives, especially C4, etc. Overkill, once again, allows you to carry two primary weapons. So if you want to carry two ARs, if you want to carry two snipers, etc., very useful. So you definitely want that. And then for the last perk for the first loadout, you want to use tune-up. Now, once again, a lot of people use amped. Basically, actually, you know what? For the purpose of the video, we're going to swap to amped. Amped allows you to swap between weapons faster. Once again, this is more for aggressive players as you're clearing out buildings or as you're in a big squad fight. You want to reload faster, swap between your basically secondary and primary. So this is definitely one that's recommended. But tune up, once again, reduces the charge time of the field upgrades by 40% and your revive time by 25% in Warzone only. So it's very good overall. Once again, whatever you guys fancy. But these are the perks you want to head in that direction. The first two are kind of a must-have. The last one is kind of up to you. Let's move on to the lethals. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky, right? There is the recommended and then there's the user friendly, right? Recommended, of course, C4. Everyone and their mother's mother uses C4. The reason being is because it's super good, super consistent, honestly really good just in general, especially for wiping out squads. But once again, that's sort of intermediate and basically experienced players. The reason it's hard to use is because you actually have to basically understand the range of a C4. You want to toss it and explode it once it gets close to them. You don't want to do it too close to yourself or else you'll kill yourself. Basically, that's what makes it hard to use. The Molotov is something I would highly recommend, but once again, this is up to you guys. The Claymore is not, it's a little outdated, I'll be honest, so you want to stick between these two. The Molotov, if thrown at a vehicle, will also explode the vehicle, so either way it works. But I highly recommend you guys staying between these two. Like I said, I use the C4, but that's because obviously I got into play the game a little bit, understanding how the game works, etc. But the Molotov is definitely your go-to, especially if you're an extremely new beginner to the game, and a lot of people will experience now Warzone, of course. Let's move on to the tactical. This is one that's kind of set in stone, right? Obviously a lot of these sound pretty cool, like, ooh, flash grenade, they can't see me. No, it's pretty stupid. You definitely want to stick with the heartbeat sensor. The reason being is because as a new player, your awareness and map awareness is going to be lacking, to say it nicely. Like me personally, when I walk around the map, like 9 times out of 10 I'll get shot. I wouldn't even know where I'm shot from. So this is going to help raise your awareness, build basically your map awareness, just make you better at the game, and also is very useful, right, for clearing out a building as you're going upstairs, downstairs. You don't know which room someone is in. Obviously they're not moving, they're camping. This is going to help you guys a lot. And let's move on to the next loadout, which will basically be the GRAU and the MP5. Now at this point of the video, if you guys are enjoying the content so far, if you guys are liking the list that I'm putting out, go ahead, give this video a big like if you haven't done so already, and subscribe. And let's continue on. So the GRAU and the MP5 are honestly your go-to, more than the sniper, just because they're really easy to use. I know sniping is something that a lot of people need to get used to. It could be hard, could be difficult to understand at first, especially in Warzone, because it's such a fast-paced action game, more than honestly multiplayer itself. So yeah, let's move on to the GRAU. So your primary is going to be the GRAU. The reason being is because this behemoth of a gun has gotten nerfed so many times, and because it's broken, right? Like I said, this is a beginner's guide, level 1. Have not touched this weapon, so I hopped on a different account, right? So the reason you want to use the GRAU is because it's consistent, it's stable. I mean, look at these stats. They're pretty much stable across the board, right? All these stats are good. Good accuracy, good damage, range, fire rate, awesome for wiping out squads. It's just good all around, right? Mid-range, long range, close range. The GRAU is definitely your go-to as a primary weapon. Alright, let's move on to the secondary weapon, which would be the MP5. The MP5 is a very, very good weapon, and the reason being is because, once again, it's very easy to use, right? So the best loadout for beginners usually is not like the most broken weapon that's complicated to use. More or less it should be that's a easy to use weapon, right? The reason being is, like, once you start to use these weapons, they're easy to use for you. You'll basically get better at the game, and then you can venture out to different loadouts, which I can make in, you know, future videos. Loadouts for intermediate players and experienced players. If you guys want to see that, drop a comment down below. But for this purpose of the video, the MP5 is very easy to use, very user friendly. And if you're coming from an older Call of Duty generation, this is definitely a weapon that you've seen before, so you're already used to it, right? Now, once again, when I move on to the perks, the lethals, and the tacticals, you want to use the EOD, the overkill, and the amp. Like I said before, your lethal would be the C4, but once again, if you're very, very new to the game and you don't know how the range on the C4 works, this is definitely going to be the safer bet, just because you don't want to kill yourself. But like I said, tactical, definitely heartbeat sensor. Might be hard to get used to because you do have to pull it out, hold it down until it scans basically on the screen, and then you'll see where people are on. But do know that this goes up to a 50-meter basically distance, so it doesn't show people that are really far, it only shows people that are close. So if you see somebody there that's pretty close to the center of the circle, they're pretty much in the next room next door, right? So that's gonna pretty much wrap up the two loadouts. Like I said, M4A1 and the sniper, or the GRAU and the MP5 are highly recommended. Once again, do leave suggestions down below what you guys thought of these. I know it's kind of a quick loadout. Like I said, I have way more loadout, custom loadouts tabs here I can fill with, basically for intermediate players, with attachments, etc. So if you guys want to see all that, go ahead, do let me know below in the comment section. Once again, I haven't played this game in ages, so I'm gonna roll a quick clip right here for you guys. I'll be playing just so you guys can check out my skills so far. But like I said, I'm new to this game, don't judge me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. I think it would be better if we get in a vehicle though and just dip, right? Can't really tell. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna get in that car and just dip, to be honest. Let's just mark it so he knows. Hopefully we don't just get ambushed right now. Alright, I'm gonna drive. Let's get it, homie. Come on, man. Oh, they're right here. Literally cracked both of them. I need your help, homie. Nice, dude. That's what I like, bro. Who they messing with, dude? You guys already know what you have to do is subscribe. Is to support me, so I know that I should put out more Warzone videos. Like I said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. This has been ITHE, and peace out, guys.